Module Overview. Art is not only created to be seen or appreciated, it is also interpreted, critiqued, and situated within frameworks of value, meaning, and societal impact. In this module, you will explore the foundational and evolving concepts of art criticism and aesthetic theory, from classical philosophy to postmodern debates. Through a rigorous engagement with critical methods and aesthetic principles, you will develop the intellectual tools to evaluate artworks from both subjective and objective standpoints, incorporating historical, social, philosophical, and psychological lenses. This module builds your artistic literacy, fosters critical reasoning, and strengthens their ability to engage with art across time, culture, and medium. Definition and functions of art criticism. Art criticism is the systematic discussion and interpretation of visual art based on observation, contextual analysis, and critical judgment. It serves to enhance public understanding of art, establish cultural and aesthetic standards, promote intellectual discourse, provide constructive feedback to artists, create historical records of artistic developments. Art criticism can be found in academic publications, museum and gallery contexts, newspapers and digital platforms, peer reviews, and social commentaries. The four-step process of art criticism. A classical model often taught in foundational studies is the Feldman's four-step approach. 1. Description, objective observation. What do you see? Identify artist, title, material, size, subject matter. Avoid interpretation or judgment. 2. Analysis. How is the work organized? Elements of art, line, shape, color, texture, space. Principles of design, balance, contrast, unity, rhythm, proportion. 3. Interpretation. What does the artwork mean? Explore themes, symbolism, emotion, context. Consider artist's intent and audience reception. 4. Judgment, evaluation. Is the artwork successful or significant? Why? Can be aesthetic, beauty, harmony, moral, formal, or contextual. Introduce subjective perspectives but support with evidence. Aesthetic theories. Aesthetics is the branch of philosophy concerned with the nature of beauty, taste, and art. It asks why we consider something art, what makes art beautiful or meaningful, and how art functions in society. Major aesthetic theories include 1. Mimesis, imitation theory. Art as a mirror of nature or reality. Rooted in Plato and Aristotle, valued for realism and accuracy. 2. Formalism. Art judged by its visual composition and internal structure. Focus on form, technique, balance, not content. Associated with Clive Bell, Clement Greenberg. 3. Emotionalism, expression theory. Art as a means of expressing emotion or psychological states, judged by how effectively it communicates feeling. Promoted by Tolstoy, Croce. 4. Instrumentalism, functionalism. Art as a tool to influence society or provoke change. Political, religious, educational roles. Considered in protest art, propaganda, social realism. 5. Institutional theory. Art is defined by the art world, curators, critics, galleries, introduced by George Dickey. Conceptual, anything presented in an art context can be art. 6. Postmodern and deconstructive theories. Reject singular meanings, embrace multiplicity, focus on identity, narrative, intertextuality, irony, challenge traditional hierarchies of taste, beauty, and authenticity. Critical approaches in art interpretation. Beyond aesthetic theory, scholars apply interdisciplinary lenses to art, including feminist criticism analyzes gender, power, and representation. Marxist criticism focuses on class, labor, economic systems. Psychoanalytic criticism unpacks subconscious symbolism. Post-colonial criticism explores imperialism, identity, and resistance. Queer theory examines sexuality, normativity, and subversion. Semiotics studies art as a system of signs and codes. Each of these brings cultural, political, and theoretical depth to the critique of art and challenges the notion of a universal aesthetic. Historical perspectives in art criticism. Classical period. Plato distrusted art for imitating illusion. Aristotle valued its cathartic and narrative potential. The Enlightenment. Kant emphasized the autonomy of beauty and the disinterested pleasure of aesthetics. Hume debated the subjectivity and taste of art. 19th to 20th century modernism. Rise of formal criticism and the avant-garde. Greenberg championed abstraction as pure. Art. Critics shaped careers of artists, e.g. Baudelaire, Ruskin. Contemporary trends. Globalized criticism. crowdsourced, decentralized, digitally mediated commentary, identity politics, and institutional critique increasingly foregrounded. Digital and popular criticism, social media reviews, TikTok art critiques, Instagram reels, YouTube channels, blogging and podcasting, democratized platforms for opinion and analysis. AI and algorithmic curation raises questions of authenticity, authorship, and machine judgment. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you should be able to apply the four-step process of art criticism to any visual artwork, identify and differentiate between major aesthetic theories, critically evaluate artworks using interdisciplinary frameworks, recognize historical shifts in critical discourse, engage in both academic and popular art criticism with informed perspectives.